Hi children, good morning. This is Sumati, your social studies teacher. Today I am going to start a new lesson, that is chapter 3, Earth Movements and Seasons. So these movements you have studied in your 5th class, that is two movements of the earth. But in this lesson you have some more extra information according to the topic. So now I will check it what are the topics to be covered in this lesson. That is changing seasons, curvature of the earth, earth's rotation on its axis, earth's tilt and revolution around the sun, temperature belts on the earth. So, but now in this topic, in this lesson, some topics only covered, that is at present changing seasons. Human life is depending on plants and animals. Actually, we are living together. Actually, we are depending on the plants and animals. So, as per this, when we are depending on that, we know that we are observing so many changes in the time of a year. So, what are the changes? Sometimes it's very hot. Sometimes it's very cool. Sometimes it's wet. That means the seasons changing we are finding. So as per the seasonal changing, the plants also grow. Different types of plants. So as per that, to grow the crop or whatever it is, human being is depending upon the seasonal changes. So you see that actually sometimes the trees may shed their leaves, but sometimes you can get the some of the new shoots, that means new leaves, and sometimes you can see that uh, flowers, fruits also we can get it there. That means seasonal wise some changes we can find in the plants. So as per that, when it comes at the end, the fruits or vegetables those we get and which we utilize in our life. So you can see that the picture, in this picture you see four seasonal tree, only same tree but four seasons how it is there you can see that. The first picture is summer. In summer time totally small grasses are there, the tree trees, but some leaves are there. But the next one is mixed with the winter and the summer. That means sprouting time. Actually new leaves, new flowers, you can see that around that. The third picture it is the season at the time of winter. That means totally snowfall is there. And this picture it is the time of rainy season. You see that four seasonal timings how the trees are there. Means the same tree how it is there. You know that. That means as per the season or as per the climatic conditions, we are depending basing on that planting or growing crop, whatever it is. And actually here it is mentioned that three seasons, but we have only three seasons as per the Indian climatic conditions. That is summer, winter and rain. You see, March to June we have summer. Actually, at the lockdown period, that corona, totally summer period has gone. Now we got it rainy season. And July to October, it is rainy season. And November to February, it is winter season. So, as per the Indian climate, we have three seasons only. Now, you will come to know that as the earth is revolving, the sun by tilting its axis. Actually, the earth is tilting 23.5 degrees. Already we studied previous classes. 23.5 degrees the earth is tilting. That means little bit it is bending. So as per that we are getting four different climatic seasons or climates in the year. Actually, whatever the climates are causing because of this tilt position, those are called seasons. And some parts of the earth get at that time cool, sometimes it gets the snowfall, some parts may get that hot, some parts it may be rain. Like this, differences are there. And not only the tree, whatever in the previous picture you have seen that it is given in your textbook that one of the place Ohio, it is in USA, and the tree picture it is given how it is in that same tree season wise how it is there. But the funny thing is that in those countries the day is much longer in summer, and so much so that you can see the sun even at midnight. That means sometimes the summer months are there, some cool months are there, some rainy seasons are there. But one of the important and funny thing is that you can see that some parts of the earth gets cool now as the things is totally change. Some of the areas you can see that long summer months are there. For example, totally North Pole, you can see that the sun they get it even in the midnight also for 6 months. And the next 6 months, even day and night they won't get the sun. Okay. Mostly it's happen in the polar regions. Such polar region, Norway is one of the country. Actually, it is getting even midnight also the sun. Because of that reason, Norway is called the land of midnight sun. And the cycle of seasons are different. In south of the equator, suppose it is winter. That means Australia, Africa, and South America, southern countries are there, no? There suppose it is winter. At the time in the northern hemisphere we get the summer. Suppose in the northern hemisphere it is winter, in the southern hemisphere it is summer. That means the variations we can see because of the tilt position of the earth. And you see here Indian seasons. Actually, already I taught you India will have basically 3 seasons. That is summer, winter and rainy. But according to the traditional culture, Indian climate is divided into 6 seasons. Already maybe in the Telugu classes you have studied these. Vasantam, Grishmam, Varsham, Sharad Ratu, Hemanta Ratu, these are only as per our seasonal culture. Seasons. Vasanta, it is spring. Grishma, summer. Varsharadu, monsoon. Sharad, autumn. Hemanta, winter. And Shishir, winter and fall. That means in between the time of winter and snowfall time. Totally at the time of winter only. So these are traditional culture 6 seasons. And you see that next, this is the world map. In this map, this is the equator. And you see that this is the southern hemisphere, and from equator to north it is the northern hemisphere. And in this, you see totally what are the continents totally in the northern hemisphere we can find. This is North America, South America, Europe, Asia, Africa, and Australia, Antarctica. Among these all the 7 continents, totally in which continents are there in the northern hemisphere? North America and Europe. Already North is mentioned for North America. Totally you know that North America is in the northern hemisphere. So North America, Europe are there totally in the northern hemisphere. And which continents are there in the southern hemisphere? Actually South America we can calculate it, but here this is the equator is passing. So some part of the South America is there in the northern hemisphere. Because of that reason, totally it is not in the southern hemisphere. Maximum it is there. That's why even Africa also, half of that in the southern hemisphere and half of that in the northern hemisphere. So as per this reason, Africa also won't come under that. Now Australia is totally located in the southern hemisphere, even Antarctica also. So like this, you can check the map. Of course, if you have atlas, you can check it totally from the atlas also. That is which continents are there, even which countries are there in the northern and southern hemispheres. For example, our India, in which hemisphere it is there? It is the equator. From equator to the top it is there. Because of that reason, our India is there in the northern hemisphere. So, you understood, I think so. So if any game you want to play that maps, it's actually you feel it is a very funny one, you can play and can identify. Even Asia also totally it is not in the northern hemisphere. Maximum it is there because equator is passing through Indonesia. This is Indonesia. Okay. That's why some part of it is there in the southern hemisphere also. Okay. Now this is the time for assignment. How many seasons are there in India? What are they? Already just I thought. Find any continent which is entirely in the north of the equator. And even find any continent which is spread both to the north and south of the equator. These are already just before only I thought. Any doubt relevant to the assignment questions, once again you watch the video, then you can understand the questions and can answer it. And how many seasons are there in Indian climate according to the traditional culture? That also is there given. And find any continent which is entirely to the south of the equator. That means in southern hemisphere and the northern hemisphere, what are the continents are there? These are all I mentioned. That's all for today, children. Very good and bye bye.